Hi everyone, Bill and Carrie here. We just had lunch at Tiffins. It's here at Animal Kingdom. It's kind of the entryway between the main concourse area where the Tree of Life is and Pandora. And it's, what kind of food is it, would you say?
It's almost a little African inspired, I would say. But they do have, it's not necessarily totally American, but it's African food, a little Americanized, I guess you could say.
Yeah, that's a good way to put it.
Yeah.
But you walk in, it's a little bit dark and quiet. It's very nice to get away from the
You almost
busyness.
forget you're actually in a park right now.
Yeah. And one thing that's really nice is when you go in there in your waiting room, you see photos from Imagineers who were from their travels to Asia and Africa and so forth when they're doing the research to design and build Animal Kingdom. So that's kind of interesting. And who's the one Imagineer that with the earring?
Joe Rohde.
Yeah, so you'll actually see him and a couple other Imagineers that you might be familiar with if you're big Disney people.
Yeah.
You'll see them in these photos too, so that's kind of cool.
Yeah.
But it has some African architecture in there too. But it's nice, quiet, and dark. At least the room that we were in. We were in the main dining hall.
Yeah. For our drinks, I had the Lamu libation, which, as the waiter said, is kind of basically their take on a Mai Tai. And it tasted like a Mai Tai. It was very good. I enjoyed it.
And mine was, I don't even know how to pronounce it. Like most things.
You had the Ananapur Fizz or something like that.
Sure. I had that thing.
Yeah.
But it was okay. It had a ginger beer in it, and you could definitely taste the ginger beer. So I just looked it up at a...
Annapurna Lotus.
Sure, what she said. And then for appetizers, we split the appetizers.
Yeah,
but we had an octopus.
Yep, charred octopus.
Charred
so
octopus.
Not like normal fried calamari. It was an actual, charred octopus. Tentacle and everything.
Yeah.
It's kind of interesting.
It's good. It's kind of meaty.
Yeah, it is actually very good. It's got a good smoky flavor to it.
We've actually had that before.
Yeah.
And then we also split the cheese platter, which had 4 different cheeses.
It had four different cheeses. I actually have to admit though, it tasted good, but I was a little disappointed because normally when you order a cheese platter, they bring out a little card that tells you what the cheeses are. We didn't get anything like that. So I know one was a type of cheddar. I know we had a type of brie. One was a goat. I have absolutely no idea what the last cheese was. Yeah. They were all good, but I kind of wish that we had like some sort of little identifier as to what they were.
They had like little, what was it? That little, it was like crumbs of something.
Yeah, there was like a little, as an accompaniment, there was like little sweet crumbs, and then there was kind of like a crispy sweet bread that went with them too, and I thought they all complemented the cheese well, but again, we can't really give a whole lot of details because there was no information, and even in the menu it just says... a chef's assortment of cheese.
Yeah, so the chef picked it, so we don't know.
Yeah.
And then for the main course, we both got the surf and turf.
Yep.
Which was a
Wagyu beef. It was a Wagyu beef sirloin with a rock lobster tail.
Mm-hmm.
Very good. The lobster it was a chimichurri butter that they spread over the tail, as opposed to you having like a little cup of butter you dip it into. Mm-hmm. Very good though.
Yeah. Very meaty.
Yes,
yes. That's the second time I said that about the seafood at this place. But no, it was like a steak. It was almost like a steak. It was very, very thick, so to speak, the meat on the tail.
Yeah.
And then the beef was
the
very
Wagyu
well.
Was,
the Wagyu,
it was fantastic.
Yeah. Phenomenal, as Carrie likes to say. That she doesn't like meat she doesn't like to say anymore, but it was cooked to a great medium rare for us. We like ours medium rare, and it was just delicious.
Yeah.
The whole meal was just delicious. Yeah. And then it got to dessert.
We split our 2 desserts, so we did the trio, which was a South African chocolate ganache, a whipped cheesecake, and then it was a passion fruit mousse. Mm-hmm. And all 3 of them were very good. I'm a chocoholic. I love chocolate, and I actually have to say, of the three, the chocolate was my least favorite.
Yeah.
The cheesecake, the whipped cheesecake, was actually really good.
Yes, it was.
That was
Yes,
my
it was.
favorite of the trio.
And they actually have those all in individual dishes, but with the trio, it was a sampler type
Yep.
thing. So that was nice. And then mine was a
Oh, it's a tapioca thing, but what was the flavor in it?
it was a citrus, and
Yeah.
so it had a little bit of orange. But if you like grapefruit, it's definitely for you. If you don't
Yeah.
like grapefruit, you might want to skip on it.
Yeah,
But
I'm not a huge it was good, but I didn't realize it had grapefruit in it, and so I had a piece and I just kind of ate it, and I'm not a fan of grapefruit, so when I had that I was like, ugh. But it was good, but I did prefer the trio more.
yeah. So
And I almost wish now I got that whipped cheesecake just on its own.
next time.
Who
next
would have
time.
known? Yeah.
Now we know. But so that was our meal at Tiffins, not
Tiffins.
Tiffins. And so overall, what do you think?
Oh, it was very good. We've eaten here before. When we were planning this trip, I wanted to make sure we were eating here again. This has become a favorite
Yeah.
of mine.
Definitely.
Yeah.
And for planning purposes, if you're on the Disney dining plan, it's 2 credits. It's a signature meal, so it's 2
Signature.
credits. But if you want to pay out of pocket, it was approximately
$225.
$225, and that included appetizer, entree, dessert,
And two
2
drinks.
cocktails. And so that's for planning purposes. And so
Yep.
price-wise, it was on par from our meal at the Boathouse, so about $225.
Yep.
Not including tip.
Not including
that's
tip.
pre-tip.
Yep.
So for planning purposes. Anyway, so that's going to do us for a meal at Tiffins at Animal Kingdom. Anything else you want to say about them?
No, just that it's very good, and I
Yeah.
would definitely recommend it.
Definitely recommend it, and
Yeah.
we will do it again as we have before. Anyway, thanks for joining us for this video. Please join us again next time as we see what's out there.
Bye.
Thank you. Bye.